So hello, welcome to Burning Skies in the Spitfire in DCS. Going to be getting airborne soon. There are about 2 Germans for each allied pilot on the server, which is quite nice. So we'll get airborne, we'll go for a bit of a free hunt, see what we can find, and see if there's anything worth discussing at the end of it. Okay, everyone. And we'll start by climbing here. Contact on my left here. I'm just going to go and see what he is. He's a bit lower than me. I think it's probably a friendly. Maybe not. Okay, have a look behind. I don't see anybody. It's German. It's German, all right. Going very quick. I think he's seen me now. Okay, let's go guns. Oh, and I blew my engine. Of course. So there we go. Right, we'll just make sure of him. I think he's out of here. And we need to conduct an emergency landing here for over-revving the Spitfire engine. There are actually two aircraft swinging around behind me here. I've got to be careful about this. And the one I shot up still hasn't hit the ground, but he's being chased by two others. Possibly three others. They're all following him down over there. There's a bit of a conga line just developed. I think he's finally gone in. Okay, let's lower the gear. We're a bit fast, but I'm going to actually bleed off some of this altitude quite quickly here when the nose comes up. We've got no control of the prop. 160. I'll put the gear down. There's the thud as the gear comes down. Airspeed now is dying very quickly. We've got ground fire coming up. Someone's strafing the field. He's been destroyed. There's all sorts going on over there. We'll put the flaps in. And trim back, trim back, trim back. Oh, just getting a bit sloppy on the nose there. Okay, I'm no longer looking at anything except for the ground in front. Okay, and we'll bring this aeroplane to a stop here and roll off the runway. And we've survived, and someone else is going in over there. Let's just watch that aircraft. There goes the parachute. There goes the Spitfire. And I've got someone taxiing over here in a Mustang in rather a hurry. And there's the sound of that other aircraft finally hitting the deck. And the three aircraft just over there. So, we've got the credit for that enemy aircraft. We'll take that. And I think we're going to have to retire for the day. There's another one being shot down up there. That's what happens when you've got such an outnumbered player count. You end up getting one team just sitting over the top of the other team's airfield. And this is just going to be rinse and repeat for these guys. Good. Let's have a little look at that scrap with that guy on TAC view before I blew my engine. Let's review that little engagement then from the perspective of TAC view. Here I am flying towards the coast, and it's about this point where I make visual contact with this 190. We are separated by 8.5 k's, and we are pretty much co-out, as you can see from this view here. So fairly even. And I didn't really turn fast enough, I don't think, to begin with, and I ended up rolling out about 1.5 Ks behind him. Actually, it says 3 Ks here, so quite a substantial distance behind. I also did not realize that there was a P-51 just underneath me. Had been trailing this guy for some time, and I did not see him at all. He was a bit lower, so there's a bit of an error on my part not noticing that guy. At about this 3K separation, the 190 makes a little bit of a mistake by turning right. He probably hadn't seen me. He's probably watching this guy climbing up behind, and he makes a right turn. And at this point, I just slice off that massive chunk of corner. So you can see the red line here as the 190 turns right, and I just flew straight across and cut that piece of corner off. So by the time we get to the end of this sequence where I'm behind him, I'm only 1.4 kilometers behind, so I've halved the distance. There are a few other aircraft off to my 3 o'clock position, Coal and lower. They're quite a way away. They may be worth commenting on a bit later. At this point, I've overhauled the P-51, so I'm now in front of him, and I do not think the 190 saw me. I think he knew the 51 was there, which may explain his upcoming maneuver. So I'm 1.5 Ks behind, and he goes into quite a steep left-hand descending turn at that point there. And I think he's trying to roll over on top of the P-51, but he doesn't see me right behind him. And there he is. He's trying to get aggressive on the 51, I think. And by the time we've gone around another 270 degrees, I've cut to 370 meters. So the first turn, I halved the distance. The second turn, I cut off 2/3 of the distance. And now I'm 375 meters behind, which is not terribly far out of guns range. He keeps going around, at which point I do lag turn a little bit. I just decided to let him sit up high on my canopy for a fraction. And I gained a little bit of speed and then pulled the turn even tighter at this point here, and this is where I got right in behind him. He still, I think, had eyes for that P-51, and at some point here I think he saw me. 260 behind, 250. Now we're pretty much bang on guns range, and this is where he pulls up in front of me and I fire. Now I think he's still got eyes on this 51, and that's why he's pulling up here, to keep eyes on him, because he's gone over the top of his canopy. But he didn't see me, and dugga. I chopped something off at that point there, and I killed the pilot, which is why the aircraft then just started falling out of the sky. He's no longer visible here, but the aircraft just started doing a flat spin out of the sky, and that's the exact moment in time where I over-revved my engine by slamming the throttle forward. So I've got no engine at this point. I'm following him down. I got some more shots on his aircraft. It's a good thing probably that I lost that engine in the end, because at this point there are quite a few enemy aircraft arriving from the north, and I have to leave the combat area. So I make my descent and leave, and within a few seconds of me departing, or 30 seconds of me departing, there are 3 enemy aircraft in that airspace where we were. And then I make rather a tidy landing, if I might say so myself. So I think this fight was really about that 190 not seeing me. He's got his eyes on the P-51, and that just enables me to come inside his turn a couple of times and effect the victory. Nothing too dramatic in this video. I just thought I'd show something. I haven't flown the World War II stuff for a few weeks now, and just getting back into it, and obviously my engine management needs a little bit of a touch-up.